Welcome back to Old Coin Element New Video, Georgiev's 6DGBR 1 penny 1938 and Georgiev's VDGBR 1 penny 1917 coins, covering their history, geography, circulation, condition, and more. Welcome to the world of rare British pennies. Today, we explore the legacy of two historic coins, the 1938 King George VI 1 penny and the 1917 King George V 1 penny. Let's uncover their royal story, minting details, and current value in collector circles. Scene 1. Coin history and royal background. Narrator. The 1917 1 penny was issued during the reign of King George V, who ruled the British Empire from 1910 to 1936. This coin is part of the World War I-era currency, symbolizing the strength and pride of Britain in hard times. Fast forward to 1938. The George VI penny was minted just before the outbreak of World War II. King George VI had taken the throne in 1936, following the abdication of his brother Edward VIII. Scene 2. Coin design and geography. Narrator. Both coins were struck in London at the Royal Mint. Obverse side of the 1917 penny features George V with the Latin inscription, Georgiev's VDG Brit, OMN. REXFD, IND, IMP. The 1938 version shows George VI, inscribed as Georgiev's 6D, G, BR, Lemon, Rex F laughing face, IND, IMP. The reverse of both coins displays the iconic figure of Britannia, seated with shield and trident. Both pennies were widely circulated throughout the British Empire, including countries like India, Australia, and parts of Africa. They were made from 95% copper, with a touch of tin and zinc. The 1917 penny had a mintage of over 129 million coins, while the 1938 penny saw a reduced mintage of around 50 million. In uncirculated or XF, extra fine condition, the 1917 penny can fetch $3 to $20 and even more for rare mint errors. The 1938 penny in top grade may reach $5 to $25, especially if luster and sharp details are intact. Coins in circulated condition are still valuable for historical collections, but may sell for $1 to $5 depending on where. These pennies are more than currency. They're historical snapshots of a changing empire. Whether you're a numismatist or a history buff, the 1917 and 1938 George pennies are treasures worth holding on to. Would you like me to create a thumbnail idea or suggest video tags for SEO too? The first step 1917 George V 1 penny coin, including its history, geography, circulation, condition, and a general uncritical description. Title: 1917 George V 1 penny coin, full history, circulation, and value. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we take a fascinating journey back to the year 1917 to explore one of the iconic coins from the United Kingdom, the George V 1 penny. Whether you're a coin collector, a history lover, or just curious about antique currency, this video is for you. Segment 1. Historical background 025. The 1917 1 penny coin was issued during the reign of King George V, who ruled the British Empire from 1910 to 1936. His reign saw major global events, including World War I, which was at its peak in 1917. At this time, Britain was a global superpower, and the coinage it produced circulated across its colonies, including India, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, and Canada. Coins like the 1917 penny played a role not just in commerce, but also in projecting British influence worldwide. Segment 2. Design details. 110. The 1917 1 penny features some beautiful and classic British design elements. Obverse, front. Portrait of King George V, facing left. Inscription: Georgiev's VDG Brit, OMN, Rex FID, Def, IND, IMP, which translates to George V, by the grace of God, King of all the Britons, Defender of the Faith, Emperor of India. Reverse back. A seated Britannia holding a trident and shield. The word 1 penny and the date 1917 at the bottom. The coin is made from 95% copper, 4% tin, and 1% zinc, a composition typical for pre-decimal pennies of the time. Segment 3. Minting and circulation, 215. The 1917 penny was struck at the Royal Mint in London. This coin was produced in large numbers, over 144 million pieces, making it a common coin during that period. However, due to World War I, economic hardship, and industrial shifts, many coins faced harsh circulation conditions, leading to heavy wear. The coin was part of the pre-decimal British currency system, where 240 pence made up £1. It remained in circulation for several decades, even after newer coins started to appear in the 1930s and 40s. Segment 4. Geographic reach, 310. Because Britain controlled a vast empire in 1917, the George V penny circulated well beyond the British Isles. It could be found in India alongside local coins, Australia and New Zealand, until their own mints began producing pennies, Caribbean islands, African colonies such as Kenya, Nigeria, and South Africa. In many places, British coins were either legal tender or widely accepted due to the strength of the empire's economy and governance. Segment 5. Physical condition, 4 o'clock. Today, the 1917 George V penny can be found in various grades, from heavily worn to uncirculated. The most common conditions include fine, F moderate wear, all major details visible. Very fine, VF light wear, clear portrait, and Britannia. Extremely fine, XF minor wear on high points. Uncirculated, UNC no signs of wear, mint luster present. Due to the coin's age and widespread use, uncirculated examples are rare and highly sought after. Segment 6. Uncritical description, 450. The 1917 one penny is a testament to the enduring legacy of the British monarchy and its influence over global commerce in the early 20th century. Its deep copper tone, timeless design, and imperial inscriptions make it a favorite among collectors. Even though it's not a rare coin, it holds sentimental and historical value. Each one tells a story of a soldier's wage during the war, a family's groceries, or a child's first pocket money in a distant colony. In today's collector market, common, worn examples sell for around $1 to $3. Well-preserved coins in XF condition can fetch $10 to $30. Uncirculated pieces or proof strikes, if verified, can go for $100 or more, especially if slabbed and graded. Always check the coin's details, die errors, mint luster, and grading by a professional agency like PCGS or NGC can greatly increase its value. The 1917 George V one penny is more than just a coin. It's a symbol of an empire, a snapshot of a world at war, and a beloved piece of numismatic history. If you have one in your collection, treasure it, because it represents over a century of stories. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below with your own 1917 penny stories or questions. Thanks for watching. Would you like a short version of this script or a title/description for uploading to YouTube? The Last Step 1938 Georgiev's 6DGBROMN. REX 1 penny coin. History, geography, circulation, and condition. In the world of numismatics, every coin tells a story. A tale of empires, monarchs, and the people who carried them through their daily lives. Today, we journey back to the pre-war era of 1938 to explore the George VI one penny coin, bearing the Latin inscription, Georgiev's 6DGBROMN. REX, a symbol of the British Empire at the peak of its global influence. The year was 1938. Europe stood on the brink of World War II. King George VI, who ascended to the throne in 1936 following the abdication of his brother Edward VIII, was now the monarch of the largest empire the world had ever known. His name was inscribed in Latin on coins, Georgiev's 6 de Gratia Britanniarum Omnium Rex, meaning George VI, by the grace of God, King of all the Britons. This penny wasn't just currency, it was a symbol of unity across nations, a coin used from England to the farthest reaches of the British Empire, including Australia, India, Canada, and Africa. The 1938 penny features two distinctive sides. Obverse, front a left-facing portrait of King George VI, crowned with dignity, designed by Thomas Humphrey Paget, one of the Royal Mint's master engravers. Around the edge is the inscription, Georgieve 60 G BR Women REX. Reverse, back the seated figure of Britannia, helmeted and robed, holding a trident and shield. This design, symbolic of Britain's naval supremacy, had adorned pennies for decades. The year 1938 is stamped below. This bronze coin measured 30.8 millimeters in diameter, weighed 9.4 grams, and was made of 95.5% copper, 3% tin, and 1.5% zinc, a pre-war alloy that would soon become scarce. Though minted in Great Britain, this coin was widely circulated across the empire. It was part of the pre-decimal British currency system, where 12 pennies equaled a shilling and 240 pennies made a pound. In 1938, the British 1 penny was a common sight in United Kingdom, Ireland until 1949, British colonies in Africa and Asia, Australia and New Zealand, though often with local versions. Tens of millions were minted, yet due to regular use and melting during later years, pristine versions are far less common today. The 1938 penny was not a rare coin in circulation, but collectors today seek it for historical value, especially in higher grades. Circulated condition. Most 1938 pennies show moderate to heavy wear. These coins, in good to fine condition, often sell for just a few dollars. Uncirculated or mint state condition, MS and XF, extra fine, or AU. About uncirculated grades, details like George's facial features and Britannia's robes are sharper. These can fetch $10 to $30 USD. Proof versions. Though regular circulation coins were common, proof coins, struck with mirror-like detail for collectors, are very rare and command high values, often over $100 depending on condition and market. Now let's talk about the uncritical, or general, condition of the 1938 penny you might find in an old box, family collection, or antique market. Look for these signs. Color, rich, dark brown patina, is typical. Wear, light to moderate smoothing on Britannia and King's portrait. Damage, avoid bent or corroded coins if collecting. Luster, very rare unless uncirculated. Even in worn condition, this coin holds emotional and historic value, a relic from a world just before the Second World War changed everything. The 1938 George VI penny is more than metal. It's a window into a time when the British Empire spanned the globe, when pocket change crossed oceans, and when history was stamped into everyday life. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just discovering the beauty of coin collecting, this penny is a true piece of history worth holding on to. Subscribe for more journeys into the past, one coin at a time. Would you like a shorter version of this script for Instagram or TikTok?